Yeah, this is black light. Now they say don't believe in everything you see, because what you see might not be reality. You know, it could be an illusion. But this is one thing that I see and I know because I done experienced it. And that's black people. The majority of black people can't recognize or don't want to recognize the enemy. Majority of our people, all of us, really, there's none of us that don't work for the enemy. We all work for our oppressor. And it's not just, it's not the average Caucasian. Because the average Caucasian, or the average, if there is such thing as average, they work for the same oppressor. They're in slavery too, but not to the degree that the black man is in slavery. You know, they're a notch above, a couple of notches above us. You know, all other ethnic groups are a couple of notches above the black man in America that was born and bred and has a heritage here in America. Some want to say, well, we Africans, but what I'm trying to get us to see is that if you want to use the term, we're the real earthlings, the real earthlings, the original earthlings, or the original universal man. The universal soul is us. You know, it's the black man, you know. And the term black, you know, it don't have nothing to do with color. But if you want to use color as a reference, the black man is the essence of all color. Black is a vibration. You know, dark is a vibration. It's a light though. It's a light. And anyway, we not gonna. I don't want to get off into that part of it. What I'm trying to get us to see is that this is something that I lived. Many of you know I'll be 71 years old on the 28th of July. And a lot of you, if it's your first time tuning in, you know, my numbers ain't astonishing. They're not, you know, to the degree that there are others. Because some of them talk the same language I talk, or similar to I talk. You know, some of the guys you hear on YouTube. But they go, to me, what I see is they go off. Because we got to realize that none of us are better off than the others. Even if we see up close, magnified, the situation still remains the same. We work for our oppressor. We are slaves for our oppressor. I seen a movie on television where these guys were crooks or gangsters or however you want to say it, but they had built them. I think the name of it was the Comancheros. They had built this paradise in the desert for those that live by their own rules, you know. They were all thieves and gangsters and robbers and murderers. And they made a haven for themselves out here in the desert. And they said to themselves that we steal from, those that live in the United States of America. But this is our territory and we don't steal. I'm the law, we the law, and we don't steal from ourselves. He was actually talking about the United States of America. The United States of America came over here and robbed and pillaged and stole and raped and made a law that can't nobody else do what they do. So those that come after them or abide by the laws of the United States, the Indian, don't forget the Indian had his own, the so-called American Indian had his own laws. The African had their own laws, a way of living. And they all were consumed by the European Caucasian that came over here and took over the land and made us all work for them and adhere to their laws. But they don't adhere to their own laws. You see, the ones that's on the top level, So they recruited a lot of our people, most of the majority of our people, into their way of thinking. So we're going to come back. Stay tuned for part 2. Black Light Out.